Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Deckness in Dublin. This evening's scene will find our motley gathering, shall we say, enjoying an evening's entertainment in the Griffith Club, now with bulletproof windows, or at least so the Etherites say. We shall join them as they arrive, or rather, they will already be here. I think that is better. Yes, they will already be here, enjoying a drink.
Is that bitch of a bartender back?
No, there was a different bartender.
Okay. So, since it's quiet, Iki will just kind of look over at everyone and just kind of say, wow, all of us in a room together. I wonder what's going to happen, because this is certainly not a good sign.
Yeah, I guess us getting together isn't necessarily the best of omens.
Her eyes will move over to Alazir, and she will just kind of smile politely at him and say, I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of meeting you. I'm Ikiro.
He'll set down his tea and look up and say, Dr. Alazir Karim. And then he'll pick his tea back up and go back to sipping at it lightly.
A doctor? A doctor of what?
He'll set his tea back down again and say, I'm a forensic anthropologist.
How interesting.
I've been working on the Jack Half a Smile case as well as the copycat that was responsible for that one woman's death after Jack Half a Smile was already gone, among other things.
How fascinating. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Doctor.
He will merely nod his head and pick his tea back up and take another sip of it.
And then she will look over at Jackie since he's sipping so loudly and everyone else is hella quiet. It's awkward. And she will say, Mr. Jackie, I've heard such things about you over this course of the day.
Really?
Indeed. It's very
All right,
curious
then.
how you learned to do that thing with the, putting a hole in a ceiling, shall I say.
Oh, I do that. He did that.
He?
Yeah, he.
Put up spirit side, Evan. She'll just kind of take out her fan and fan herself. She looks at Jackie. 4 successes. I'll throw 2 into duration, 2 into effect. Is he being skin ridden?
There's something much more powerful than a normal wraith, but it doesn't appear to be exerting its influence, but it is present in his form.
Well, that is certainly interesting. You might want to keep your friend in check.
What you mean in check?
Well, going around throwing Obliviate all over the place is not a very good thing, shall we say.
If folks don't punch him in the face, he probably won't do that now, will he? Would you like to hear what he has to say about the situation?
No, I heard what he said about the other woman.
You heard one end of what he said about the other person. You didn't hear all of it.
At least this one has tact. At least this one has intelligence. Why is it you simply do not reach out and snap its neck? But then again, that would be pedantic, I suppose.
Why do you have such an aversion to meat? You do realize I'm alive too, right?
And such other minor handicaps.
He's a real pleasant fella, trust me. And as long as you're polite, he's polite. When people insult me and or it, he has problems.
I highly doubt he is polite. Many of the things
Well,
that
after a
like
fashion.
As I said,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, I must be having like horrible fucking delay. Yeah, that is at least a couple seconds. Okay. My bad, guys. I'm not trying to interrupt you guys. My delay is just hella bad. She'll say, I highly doubt that thing is pleasant in any sense of the words. Many creatures that like to ride others aren't generally friendly.
He ain't that.
But he is certainly something.
That he is. I ain't never asked him what he was.
It might be good if you do.
Hey, you gonna give me a straight answer about what you are?
You already know my name, though you don't know I belong to it.
Apparently I know his name, but I don't know it's his.
How very typical. And then she'll just kind of, she won't look at Jackie, but she'll look at the thing, you know, using spirit sight, she'll say, how stereotypical and cliche. I thought you would be better.
Why'd
Okay.
you have to go and do that?
Kim,
Hi.
do you want to rub me some Dex and Dodge?
Yes.
Or Dex Athletic?
Yeah. I can do that.
Okay. How many times do you want to do it?
How many times can I do it?
How many times do you want to substitute the dice pool to do it?
Can I do this? Can I stop this in any way, shape, or form?
What's your mind skill, Jackie?
Oh, that's right.
Does my cat
You're-
like balance apply to this?
You hear Jackie scream, "Duck!"
But does my cat like balance apply?
Yes.
Okay. I like this guy. Should keep him around. That's 5 successes.
Okay. Did you split your dice pool?
No, I just put it all into dodge.
Okay. You dodge one of the 5 bottles that's flying at your head.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Literally, from the perspective of the bar, you'll notice that large whiskey bottles have essentially started to levitate and are about to impact, and 4 of them are about to impact her skull at high velocities.
Gorgeous. 10 out of 10 would do again.
Did ask. We'll tear each other into pieces. Jesus Christ, this will be fun. Okay, let me just roll some damage. Yeah.
And if this is the way Iki dies, I'm gonna laugh. Not with a bang, but with a little
not, 'cause then-
shattering of
then I'm-
glass.
Then I'm gonna get stabbed with the Oblivion sword. This is some bullshit. I'm gonna die.
I'm not responsible.
Can I just tell him to stop? Can I like push my soul steel button to lock him down or something?
You can ask him to stop.
Could you just please not do that?
He's already done the attack, so. Tim, soak 1 bashing damage.
If I end up soaking all of this,
Then soak 2. Then soak 4. Then soak 4 again.
I take 1 of the bashing.
Oh shit.
So it was 1, then it was 2. Like, how much was it again?
1, 2, 4, 4.
Okay. Soak 1, soak the 2. 3. So that's 4 so far. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, that's 6 bashing that I didn't soak. Okay.
Take 6 bashing.
I'll take 6 bashing like a boss.
As the bottles smash into you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As I say, from everyone else's perspective, you see the bottles levitate into midair, and they start smashing into her skull.
Could you not do that?
With my Wraithler, could I figure out which Arkanoid that was?
Yes, you can.
Outrage.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was either Pandemonium or Phantasm.
Does my spec and sheer brilliance apply?
Yes.
That's 7 successes.
It was an Arcanoid called Phantasm.
Gorgeous. So, before she heals herself or anything, she'll just kind of look back at the creature and say, "No, that wasn't very nice of you."
Inform her the next time she speaks to me like that, it will be broken bottles.
He would appreciate it if everybody created a kind of a modicum of non-aggression. That would make him happy. You can't just do that in public. You're gonna get me killed.
So what you're saying is your ending and my freedom are both impingent upon me making a show of you.
Are you trapped here?
Do you think I'm here by choice, mortal?
I don't even know what you are.
I recommend getting smarter.
All I know is all that soul still is keeping you from killing me is making me pretty happy.
It'll stop talking now as it seems to be not interested in the conversation anymore.
So everybody, how y'all doing?
Well, as interesting as that was,
I do have an idea.
go on.
Okay, now I know some folks that are kind of off the beaten path that kind of sort of are into the sort of thing that Little Miss Porcelain Mask are into. And we could probably go chat with them and see if they got any idea hiding here where she might be at.
Is that so?
I do know some people that aren't too commonly spoken to. Sam, these are bad people. They're spies.
By the way, for the one person in the room who can perceive this, hey, Brett,
Yep.
there is a massive buildup of chronological energy, just in the all around you.
Alzir is going to stand up, is going to pull out a cigarette, and is going to light it, and is going to say, "This is about to suck."
Oh, shit.
Oh dear.
I'm waiting for the buffeting to start. That's I
Immediately,
didn't say that. I didn't say that in character. That's what I said.
Well-
I didn't say that out of character.
In that case,
As the clock begins to toll in the corner, once again, the clock will ding, 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 as it proceeds to elongate. What will happen then is all of you will start to perceive phantasmal shapes all around you. You will see ladies dressed in high Victoriana style ball gowns being swirled around a dance floor by gentlemen. As I said, phantasmal shapes. The decor will change and you will see food laid for a ball. You will hear polite conversation as you see candles lighting the room in place of what normally stood there as light fixtures. As a matter of fact, a man will walk up, will click his heels politely, and will offer his hand to Jewel and will say, "I do beg your pardon, lady. I noticed that you are unaccompanied. Would you care to join me in a dance?"
And this is a phantasmal.
By the moment, he's becoming more and more physical.
Okay, so that's a little freaky. But she will nod her head and politely offer a hand.
His hand is real by the time you place your hand on his.
Certainly, sir. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. I wasn't aware that the Empire had sent a representative to this, but then again, we're always so happy to see you. No, though we do have to say that, in all honesty, defying us in the Opium War, naughty, naughty.
Well, I can't say I am specifically well versed in such. I am simply here to have a pleasant evening.
But of course. And he will proceed to walk you into the dance floor, and you will be spun around. I'll be back in just a few moments, guys, if you can bring Tim up to speed on what's going on. I just want to get a drink.
All right. So basically, Tim, what happened was the clock started chiming. Well, first of all, my character stood up and said, "This is gonna suck," and started smoking a cigarette. And then time started slowing down. The chimes on the clock elongated, and now we're surrounded by Victorian era stuff that is seeming to get more and more solid as time progresses.
Just to make sure, this is Victorian Ireland?
Yeah.
Huh. Shit. This ain't gonna go so
Dublin
well
at-
for some Irish.
Dublin at the time was under the control of the British Empire when Victoria was queen.
Yeah.
You know something? What will happen then is you'll see a man dressed in black. He has very shiny silver buttons, and he has his hair cut short. He looks as if he's a servant to the party. He will walk up to Samira and he'll say, "You kitchen girl, get back there. Honestly, do you expect the good and the great to have to eat their meals looking at you? Now skew, skew."
And there it is. Now hold on, Evan. Tim needs a moment to think about how Smiler's going to respond to this.
Okay, take that.
Is she going to respond by being the shy girl, or is she going to go into defiant screaming?
Jackie punches him in the kidney.
You know what? Fuck it. Defiant punching. She's just gonna throw punch. She's just gonna. No, she's not gonna throw a punch him. She's just gonna say, "Excuse you. No, I will be doing nothing of the sort."
Why, you filthy little colonial?
Evan, I'm gonna roll for perfect
Says
time.
the Irishman.
Okay.
Oh.
I feel like that's gonna be the initiative roll, Evan.
Not, because as he says that, the scene itself starts to go back to being ephemeral. You see, like, all the color drain away from his face until he becomes just an outline, and it will take about, you will think about 20 seconds or so before once again you are standing back in what would be more secured as terra firma. Everything reverts back to the way it was.
Hey, Evan, real quick. Before all that happened, I activated perfect time. When everything was solidified, what was the time and date of the place we were?
There wasn't.
Okay.
As in, no time existed in that moment.
So it was a temporal paradox from.
Get into that
Okay.
tomorrow shit.
How much damage am I taking?
No damage.
Oh, okay. Alzir is going to sit down. It's going to
As
pull.
you, Alazir, are in that illusion, my apologies, because you activated perfect timing and because you could perceive it, the others couldn't. You hear a male voice say something that doesn't really make much sense out of context, but you literally just hear them say, "First calibration complete."
I'm sorry, could you send that to me in a PM so I can write it down?
Yep, cool.
Thanks. So Alazir is going to sit back down and finish his cigarette. Thank you, Evan.
Well, that was. What the hell was that?
Guys, I really didn't like that.
It was a nullified temporal effect caused by somebody manipulating chronometric frequencies. And he's going to pull out his this little notepad thing and flip a page and start writing something on it.
So you're saying it's a side effect of someone fucking with time?
Either that or it's a direct effect of somebody fucking with time. Pardon my vernacular. Calibration. Fascinating. He's going to look up for a moment and say, "None of you are with this society, are you?"
Damn.
Very well. So write down something else. I wonder if it has anything to do with the chairman's experiments.
One would hope that the cause.
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
One would hope that would be the most benign cause.
This must have something to do with the temporal buffeting effects we've been feeling for the past month or so. Some type of chronometric flux.
Chrono, what?
The temporal effects that have been occurring for the past month seem to be a form of chronometric flux, variations in the chronoton fields that exist within our temporal realm.
Okay, so time fucker.
Yeah, okay.
Would you say, Tim? I missed that.
Time fucker.
To put it that simply, yes. But it also means that somebody is going through to great lengths to figure it out. So, let's see if I can help. I'm going to... Is there a way that I can combine prime time and correspondence to do a localized scrying effect on temporal manipulations?
Yep.
Okay. He's going to sit down.
How much
He's
time
going-
are you?
I've only got one, but it's enough to sense. It's enough to sense time energy being manipulated. It's not enough to look through time. It's enough to sense that time's being fucked with. So, crap. I'm inside a hermetic. I'm inside an etherite construct. That's not going to work with my paradigm. Is there a private room I could use?
You
This,
guys
I'm
have
gonna
a
look to the bartender.
this building isn't an authorized construct, for the record.
I know it's an etherite construct.
It's not, I'm saying.
Oh, I thought it was. Never mind. Well, at least that won't hinder me. So, is there? I'll go over to the bartender. Is there a private room I could use? He's got his bag with him.
Of course, sir. If you'd like to just step behind the bar.
He'll step behind the bar, saying, "I really wish I was in my lab for this."
Jackie, while he's doing all that, he looks at everybody and says, "Look, I don't know how much backup I'm gonna need for this, but y'all want to come with me? I wouldn't mind."
Out of character, you saw about finding the ninja bitch, right?
Yeah.
Sam says, "Yeah, I'm good for it."
I'll certainly come with.
Cam!
Hmm?
People were asking questions and you weren't there.
Yeah, I had to switch tabs to unmute myself. Ikira will kind of go over towards Jackie and just kind of incline her head ever so slightly, kind of like an affirmation that she'd go.
Jackie is the only thing you see is even in the hand with the weird black mark on it is his karambit is in his hand. He doesn't seem to notice it's there.
Okay, just so I can get the magic out of the way, Brett, roll your effect, please.
Sorry, just getting myself situated.
No worries, take your time.
2D. Need more arete. Need more arete.
So you're gonna roll your space arcanum plus your gnosis score.
I will.
I fucking wish.
No.
I'm going to burn a quintessence to lower the difficulty to 5. And I'm going to spend a willpower for an auto success. You are fucking kidding me, right?
Yep, that's Discord.
I
That's
fucking hate this
Well,
thing.
holy crap. Okay. Would you like to continue the casting? Because you're going to need...
I will spend a willpower to attempt to continue casting.
No, but you already spent the willpower, which meant you already succeeded with a single success. The ones
I
don't...
thought it meant I failed instead of botched.
No, you spent a willpower on the roll, which means you automatically succeed with one success.
I didn't get a single success. I got 2 failures.
Yeah, but you spent a willpower to get a single success. You declared that you spent a quintessence and a willpower.
Yeah, quintessence to lower the difficulty, willpower to basically not botch in this case.
Right,
One
we
stone
don't do it like in
can't-
Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. All
One
right, then I'll spend the willpower to keep
gives you
going.
success.
So you have one success.
All right. Spend a willpower for another success because all I do anyway is meditate or do autopsies. So, so that's 3 successes.
That's fine. Okay. What you're able to sense, time is perfectly normal. There is no disruption.
That doesn't make sense. There was just a disruption.
Funny that.
That's dirty.
Do I need to go deeper? Because I will go deeper if I have to.
No, there is no. Basically, there is no time anomaly that you can detect.
Which can mean either that I have to cast this at the point when the anomaly is occurring, which is virtually impossible, or I need to look back in time at the previous anomaly, or they're shielding their effects.
Mm-hmm.
So Bowser's going to roll up his prayer mat and collect his beads and his candles, and is going to come back out looking hella pissed off. He's going to light up another cigarette and sit down with off.
Anybody got a phone that they don't like, that they don't mind losing?
Jewel will hand over her phone.
All right. So I basically called my I called my mentor because he's one dot. I can call him on the phone. And do you remember what my mentor used to do?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, he's the one that hooked me up with all this. Essentially, between my understanding of covert culture and his connections, can he get me a contact number or a contact meeting with someone?
Define who or what you're looking for.
A fixer, a person who owes him a favor that would give a name.
But you have to be more specific than that. I mean, in what area? Like, where are you looking for a fixer? Like, I mean, what do you want them to be a specialist in or to do?
This is the type of person he keeps his ear to the ground. He's kind of an information burger, kind of a man about town. Knows the players in the game, and if there's this particular person, based on what Jewel said to me and based on what everybody else said to me, this person is very distinctive. This is the type of person who's got a rep out there, who you can hire and whatever. This person would know if they were operating in town.
All right, cool. Okay. You will basically be okay. Your mentor will answer the phone, and he will say, "Good afternoon, Jackie."
Hey, Uncle Sean, how you doing?
I'm good, boy. And how's you?
He's English, remember?
I know.
Oh God, I guess I'm good. I'm good.
Well, you see, I'm in certain company at the moment, and well, it's good to be hearing from kith and kin.
Right. That must hurt your face so much.
I mean, I finally understand the pain that I must assume you live with on a near daily basis, boy.
You ain't funny. At least you're eating food that's got taste. Look, here's the point. I need I need you to talk to that feller that what you told me to look up in if I was ever on this island. I'm gonna need to call on that favor.
Right, boy. Well, I'll tell you what. What is it you be looking for, and I'll try and find the right man for you.
It's an operator. What likes to wear a mask and use funky bullets. They're in the family business.
What do you mean by funky bullets?
Apparently, they're made out of some kind of something makes them hit real good. I don't know.
Right.
Where's a porcelain mask with a teardrop on?
Well, okay. I tell you what, boy. You stay right where you is, and I'll I'll make the phone calls and the cogitating and whatever else have you, and I get back to you.
All right, I'm gonna break the phone after you call it. So
There'll be a little old text message winging its way to you in just a few minutes, boy.
all right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have heard that? Can we please have fucking heard that?
Yes, for science. You put him on speaker.
Samira's just sitting there like she couldn't even believe everything she just fucking heard.
This is the most redneck thing you've ever heard.
Huh. Yeah, no. Considering Sam doesn't really know like that stereotype very well, she's kind of like, what?
Okay. All right, now don't y'all be confused. Now I am not a redneck. I am a hillbilly. Totally different.
What? I'm not American. What's the difference?
I believe
Location.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Explain, Jewel. It's okay.
I believe one comes from the hills and one comes from fields.
So a redneck cannot also be a hillbilly? All based on geography? Okay.
Not if you want to make it out of the holler.
Okay.
That's just side goggling, what that is.
All right.
Give it a minute. If anybody's gonna put up anything kind of like protection wise, I'd go ahead and do it because $10 and a 10 coin, this fool might double cross us and just call the person on us.
I'm sorry. Can you explain that? I think that's an idiom.
The people that we're about to go deal with are known to be devious, underhanded, and paranoid.
Jackie, you have a text message, or Jules' phone has a text message.
What is the address?
It is I can English today. It is an address. It says, and it gives some very basic background information. It says, for the record, I utterly lament the concept of having to use that feculent voice. However, c'est la vie. As I said, cover needed to be maintained. It's rather interesting, I must admit, the fact that people are so disarmed by your slack-jawed yokel nature. But c'est la vie. It will also give.
Pretty.
Wait, wait. What's that conversation now?
It is a text message.
Oh, okay.
It's not a conversation, but it'll say, I'm sending you the contact information for a man who likes to call himself the Major. He's old Russian KGB and is heavily involved in the international arms trade. If rare bullets are being sold, I guarantee you he either had a hand in their creation or knows where they were being dispatched to. Little warning, he's a bit prickly, so I'd recommend highest respect, suit and boot if you can. Mind you, this is you, Jackie. The good flannel will do.
I love Uncle Sean. Y'all read this. Just imagine it though in upper crust British. It's funny. So let's go get dressed up pretty and go talk to an angry Russian.
Dressed up
Anybody
pretty,
here speak
huh?
Russian? Yeah.
You know, I don't, but
Sorry, I've never had to go into a Russian forensics dig and figure stuff out, so I never learned it. However, if he happens to speak Babylonian, I could help out.
if he's involved in international arms trade, he probably speaks many languages. Yes?
What was that?
If he's involved in international arms trade, he probably speaks many languages. Yes?
I can neither confirm nor deny that supposition.
Well, if he pretends not to understand English, then I can try speaking to him in Japanese.
Well, that's what we got Iki for. She'll know if he's full of shit, right?
She just smiles.
Okay, here's the deal. We are going there under the auspices that we are a crew and we might need to get out. We might need to get outfitted. But we had heard XYZ person was operating here and we don't want to step on any toes. Okay?
Understood.
I'd really like to not burn this contact from Uncle if I can. If I have to dispatch this individual, I'll be real merciful. Is everybody okay with this subterfuge?
Yes. This subterfuge is acceptable to me.
Ain't y'all good liars?
Okay.
Well, before he goes, look, we need a face. Everybody's going to have to play a part. We're going to need a face. We're going to need muscle. We're going to need brains. Yeah, those are the three things we're going to need. So who's playing what? So we know what we're doing.
I'm not really good at being a face or a brawn, so I guess I'm brains. I don't know what that means in this situation, though.
Brains have to talk a lot. They just
Oh, what was that, Marcus?
Huh?
Out of character, I didn't hear that. You broke up a little bit.
He said, brains don't have to talk a whole lot. They just smile and grunt.
Okay, I'll do that then.
They do lots of nodding. Basically, whenever somebody says something, they can look over in your direction, and you just give it a yes or a no with your head.
Okay.
Okay. The meeting is set for 2 hours time, so you will have enough time in order to return to your various domiciles, don suitable attire.
Evan.
Yes.
Second.
Jewel is going to bring her familiar along in this.
What is it? Oh, yes.
Yes. She's going to take it'll look like a nice, soft velvet bag. It'll probably pass for a little clutch purse. But she's going to put the preserved skull in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's fine. The actual meeting is due to take place in an upper-class Russian restaurant just on the outside of the city center going towards the Docklands. You've been asked to say that you're with the Major's party when you arrive.
He kind of whispers aside as this. Y'all ready?
Jewel will nod in the affirmative.
Yep.
Alzir will just shrug
Brett.
and is going to prepare to blow his arcane as needed.
Yeah. Sam's bringing up her arcane too, because that's not fun.
He's like, I'm a pimp. Anyway, like,
I mean,
Jackie, 1 second, will do something funny. Zachy, I'm going to make a little life effect. He will literally change his vocal cords to change his accent with life too.
Okay.
Or I end up mute. Who knows? I will spend a point of quintessence to lower the difficulty.
Okay.
So 6, so it goes into 5. I got odd success.
You're going to need at least another success.
All right, cool. Well, roll again. Got it.
Awesome. What kind of accent are you going to don?
If the person that was the connection was British, he'll be British too.
I'm going to make you do a British accent.
I'm really bad at accents, but I'll try.
Excellent. Okay, so you will take the restaurant itself. Yeah, it has to be reached by elevator, which will take you up 10 stories to a rather pleasant skylight overview of Dublin. Everything in here is white and or chrome. It is rather neatly presented. The maitre d' is dressed impeccably. His mustache is waxed. His clothing spotless. Everything is white on black. His outer dinner jacket is black. He is wearing a black tie, but a white waistcoat and white shirt. And he will say, as you all enter, table for...
One moment. I'm rolling my covert culture so that I can act properly in this whole thing.
Okay.
Because there might be spy stuff that I'm supposed to do, and spycraft and tradecraft, and that's what he knows how to do.
Okay.
Difficulty?
6.
I got 2.
Okay. You were told, as I say, to ask for the major's table. You're not exactly sure. This part of the evening, you don't think there's anything spy, in inverted commas, spy stuff going on. This seems to just be an upper class restaurant. Later on in the evening, though, it may come up.
All right. I guess wait for the major's party.
Oh, I see, sir. If you'd care to follow me in that case.
Come on, then.
For the record, I really like this picture I found. You will see that there was only one occupant in the restaurant who was seated about 20 meters away from where there is a grand piano being played at the window. You will notice that he is surrounded by five people dressed in black business suits, who all are wearing sunglasses. Himself is wearing a long military-style coat. His hat is on the table, and he is currently sipping champagne as he looks out over Dublin City. He will, without looking at you, he will say, It is a lovely evening. Do you not agree?
Well, a great week of business.
I like to know who I do business with, and frankly, information given to me was slightly sparse and light on the ground, as they say. He'll turn in his chair to look at you, and he'll say, "Would you care to take a seat?"
He looks at Samira.
Oh, as he's told to sit, he's looking at Samira.
Yeah.
Unless there was something I missed, Samira's just gonna nod.
All right, cool. You know, we all take seats because I got the nod from the brains.
So, you want to do business. I am always happy to discuss matters of business. May I offer champagne, perhaps, or this place does excellent borscht if you're interested.
I'm good.
Before we begin, however, there is a matter of some importance I wish to raise. He will turn and look at Ikiro.
God damn it.
I swear I didn't do it.
I assume that the ammunition and or weaponry you may wish to acquire... No, he will say, I assume the items you wish to acquire from me are not to be used in any kind of action to be taken against the Ebon Dragon of the Thousand Tails, Shinsen Gumi. As I'd like my life, and I would not want it to end. I'm well aware
Is he
of who
looking
your
at-
brother is.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
He thinks you're here to. He thinks you're here to buy guns to murder Saito.
This will be interesting when he hears about it.
She's actually gonna send that through the link, just kind of be like, "This oaf thinks I'm trying to kill you, or that I want to kill you."
There's kind of a moment through the mental link of Saisho is typing before he will eventually answer. Well, are you?
You don't know how she does it, but there is a mental eye roll. But then she'll look back at the man and chuckle before saying, "No, I do not. These items that will be acquired will not be used to do anything against him."
I see. Well then, as I've said, I am more than happy to discuss business. But do you have an inventory of what it is you require?
My uncle said that it was best to get a lay of the land. Said you knew who not to cross and who to cross. It's freelancers we worry about, see?
I see. He will turn to look at Samira, and he will say, I take it you are their spec com strat analyst.
I heard him say bacon.
Yep. But yeah, that's me.
Excellent. In that case, I will need your assertion of threat response on how would you say in English? My apologies. Assertion of threat response and future venture state in order to wage the answer to that question. What is it that your new organization or grouping seeks to do? And I will be able to tell you whose toes you might be stepping on.
out of character. Tim's been kind of distracted. Like, is this to get the ninja bitch, or is this to get weapons to fight the technocracy?
Yes.
All of the above, yes. Okay, all of the above, yes. Is that what I'm getting, Marcus?
No, you're getting. Yeah, we're gonna do all that, but right now the answer to his question is, we're hitters.
Can you say that one more time?
We're hitters. We are assassins. We are an assassins guild. We guild assassiny.
Okay, so I have Smire's answer because I just want to make sure like what our cover story is. Smire will say, at the moment, we need we're going for a bit of an all-round, not trying to attack anyone specifically. She'll kind of nod to him to kind of give him that peace of mind that, like, no, we aren't going to shoot you with the guns that you give us.
No. I understand this premise. It is agreeable. So you wish to understand the current lay of the land in Dublin as it pertains to other underground figures?
If I've interpreted my associates correctly, she'll look to Jackie.
Jackie will nod in your general direction. He has this weird smirk on his face.
She'll say, indeed interpreted correctly, as usual. And she kind of smiles. She's trying to put on that ego, that Kanye. She's not very good at it.
Very good. Answer to that question will cost you 350,000 rubles.
Looks to Akirio because she assumes that Akirio has the shit she needs for that. We didn't plan this out well, guys.
Okay, so Iki, through the mental link, will just kind of say, "Dear brother, I have a question."
No.
Oh, that's mean.
No.
It's not about the waitress this time, I promise.
Okay, then you can ask the question.
See, I'm behaving to a point. Anyway, it seems that they are expecting us to foot the bill for these weapons and information.
Once again, through the mental link with exclamation points. No. Okay, no. He'll rephrase that. Okay, but it's coming out of your allowance.
Aww.
Does anyone want to look up how much 350,000 rubles is?
Tim doesn't even know what that fucking unit of currency is.
It's Russian money, isn't it?
It's the currency in Russia.
Does anyone have finance to actually sort that out?
To be fair, you can Google it. How much is that's how I find out how much it was. How much is 300? How much is worth basically?
It's 5,066 euros.
There
Yeah.
Which is roughly the same in American money. Okay. Depending on inflation, that is.
Mm-hmm. So for the information on who else is active in the city, he's asking for $5,000.
after a moment's hesitation and thinking, because she's, it is the speed of thought, so, she will finally, with a sigh, tell her brother that fine, it can come out of her allowance. And then she will look at the man and kind of incline her head as a sort of, yes, I will pay it.
In that case, he will slide across. He will slide a number on a piece of paper across the table to a Swiss bank account.
She'll read her brother the numbers through the mental link.
Approximately 2 minutes later, he will respond, "The money's been transferred."
Thank you.
Excellent. He will get a text message on his phone. Excellent. So, what is it you would like to know about the current planescape of the Dublin underworld?
If we're going to set up short as a Wetworks team, we want to know who the competition is. Basically, who's the top of the charts and who's the bottom of the charts. Good enough structure.
Very calmly, he'll point at Ikiro. They are.
I mean, individuals what don't belong to no organization.
Oh, I see. You'll see him lean back in his chair and he'll stroke his beard as he says, "In all honesty, most of the wet working here in Dublin is organized by one of the major syndicates, either that or they're old partisan members of things like the Irish Republican Army, etc. In all honesty, there are very few unaffiliated individuals. About the only one I can think of is, or rather I believe has retired from said organization. She was former Mossad Secret Service. Rather lethal back in the day. She was simply called Spectre."
Spectre, is it?
Bah.
She got a calling card, does she?
Not necessarily, no. She was more utilitarian. Anything needed to kill the target. However, I was led to understand that from what reports I was given, her brother and son were killed in Palestine, or were killed in Jerusalem during an Israeli-Palestinian clash. And since then, she's somewhat dropped off the proverbial map, as it were.
So if we was going to make a splash, taking her out will be something of a name maker, would it?
If you think that you can, I'm sure. However, as I've said, I believe she may have retired or some such, as she has not been active in 10 months to a year, give or take.
All right. Thing about this game is this. Reckon type of arm that person uses is about as distinctive as that way they kill. Innit?
One would agree.
All right. So what I'm thinking is this. Anybody ask for any special stuff?
Private security company.
Is it? Well, a private security company, eh? Definitely competition.
Well, as you know, there is currently Spearhead PLC, who is operating within the city. Occasionally, I give them 1 or 2 bits of technology or hardware that's off the books, as it were. Mostly all Soviet surplus, but then again, Zavrushka. These things happen. I can also get newer equipment out of the United States, but then again, it is more problematic. But there is another organization that simply calls themselves the Lemmings and Field Company. I'm not entirely sure what they do. However, they've also been stocking up on what I would consider to be substantial hardware, including 1 or 2 pieces that are slightly more esoteric.
Pull the other one.
His eyebrow quirks.
Is that it? You sure that's all you got?
Dublin is not exactly a city that is known for its need of armaments. They tended to provide their own, or there's a lot of older stuff that moves around. It's not exactly, it's not slim pickings, but you have to choose your battles. As I've said, the Lemmings and Field Company are the only ones who have been buying anything you might consider to be esoteric.
Lemmings and
Other
Field
than that-
Company, is
They have offices located on the outskirts of Dublin in Tala.
Well, old son, you just did business with Blackjack Incorporated. How you feel about that?
I beg your pardon?
You just did business with Blackjack Incorporated. How you feel about that?
He'll shrug. I do business with whoever has the money.
You'll remember the name.
So what hardware is it that you're interested in?
Close quarters weapons mostly. We call it wet work for a reason. A bit of
Wow.
long range sniper rifles and a little bit of small arms. And if you can risk it, if you can make it happen, a little bit of body armor.
The body armor I can do standard American ceramic for shall we say, including customs and excise. I'll deal in euros this time, as it might be less complicated. Shall we say 500, 3,000 per suit, as it pertains to small arms. Well, what exactly caliber and items are you looking for?
Everything 45. Like the ACP. Makes you smile.
1,200 apiece, I should be able to get those in for. Sniper rifles. Evan has no idea out of game how much sniper rifles cost.
Oh, they get expensive as fuck.
3 to 6K.
Yeah, no,
Thank
it's yeah.
He will say, what caliber of sniper rifle are you interested in? And how many?
Oh, Mother Russia. I'm thinking of Drakenov is what I'm saying.
Oh, excellent. In that case, 5,000 euro for that. All in all, I can outfit you with. I'm going to assume you gave him a list because it'll be just easier for my life.
Yeah.
I can outfit this for 25,000. I
And-
assure you, you will not get a better price.
Guaranteed delivery and a lot of discretion.
Of course.
There's certain docks I'm sure you're aware of where people are moving things in and out.
I was led to understand her brother ruled the docks.
Well, in that he does, transportation really won't be a problem. So I'm going to need you to cut off a bit of that premium as we're doing most of the overhead, as we've got a sort of a side deal with him.
I've yet to be informed of this side deal, so if you wish to have full discretion, and I will not be held responsible for his men talking.
It's to be understood, yeah.
In that case, I can do for 22.
Yeah, 22 family, right? Hey, let's go one.
He'll extend his hand.
You're not telling any porkies, are you?
I'm a businessman, sir. I have no interest in porkies.
He shakes his hand.
How will you be transferring monies?
The exact same method you just got.
Agreeable. I will expect payment within 24 hours. Your weapons will be here within the month. Some
Thanks
of the
very
items,
much.
I assume you want them delivered in bulk as opposed to dribs and drabs.
Dribs and drabs is amateurish, don't you think?
I'm inclined to agree. In that case, Nozdrovia, he will say as he raises his glass. Your health.
That kid Russ was a drink now, right?
Yes. All right. So after that, you will basically be kind of intimated the conversation has ended. You may leave.
Okay. Jackie makes sure that he goes to the bathroom and he yarks.
Okay, just in case you were poisoned.
Well, yeah.
That's fine. Hey, Kim.
What's up?
You might have to ask your brother for more money.
Yep, she could do that tonight, though. She got 24 hours. Probably best
I
not
have
to.
a point.
All I'm saying is you're gonna have to upgrade from a kitchen knife to a meat cleaver tonight for that.
You do.
Wow. You put a new meaning to split tail. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Also,
Jackie is-
hi Jackie, Jackie, dear sweetheart, lovely bumpkin. You
Lovely
made
bumpkin.
lovely bumpkin. You made a deal and put Sideshow's name into it.
I sure did.
Oh dear. Continue. On a side note, I really like this NPC. I'm gonna keep it.
Damn it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like he's gonna be a contact or an ally for us.
I was hoping so, but like anyway.
Oh yeah, no,
So,
I was gonna say, provided that you don't burn him on this deal, he will count as a contact for all of you involved.
Sweet.
Jackie gets downstairs and goes, "That wasn't so bad, was it, y'all?"
You will be the one to
Okay,
explain
wait.
this to my brother.
We left.
Huh?
I didn't hear yet.
We're gone. We're leaving. We're out of the area.
Okay.
We have this conversation.
Alzir's just gonna walk off.
Hey,
Not what-
I need you.
Alzir's gonna turn around. I'm sorry, but I've reached my limit of what I can handle tonight. Have a good night. He's just gonna keep going.
Oh, okay, that's a thing.
I wasn't aware there was a thing like that, but okay, well.
Out of character, Samira knows that he works for the police, right?
He's like introduced himself to her.
Yeah.
She actually doesn't know him that well, like at all.
He's actually been on TV giving statements about police activities, so yeah.
Well, thanks. He's like, well, hey, 2 birds with 1 stone. Now we got some armament in case people try and shoot us in the face, and we got a name.
Did you not hear what Ikiro said?
I heard it. I'm pretending I didn't.
He's looking at him very expectantly.
He goes,
Jackie?
yep.
Completely aghast, like just committed some kind of extreme social faux pas.
What you mean? Are y'all just mad we did an arms deal?
You
I feel some ways about that, but that's a separate thing.
Jack, you entered a business agreement with a name not your own, dragging someone who wasn't even here into it.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Enlighten me. I don't want to make assumptions.
All right. Here's the deal. Off of a name. Fella took a meeting with us. Pretty big deal based off what we saw. Now, if we want to guarantee to keep this whole thing going, this little subterfuge that we have to go, you notice y'all didn't have to say much. All it did was look at Icky. He didn't see nobody else in that room but Icky. Now, if we didn't put her brother's name in there, well, that just means that's some kind of schism. No, I wanted to make sure that her Gumi seems to remain strong, and that maybe, just maybe, there's a group that's being created on the outside of the Gumi to do the Gumi's dirty work. Well, if that such thing is the case, then that's going to have to be sanctioned by Sideshow himself. Now, if it ain't sanctioned by Sideshow himself, well, that man's got full carte blanche to blow our faces off and then say, hey, Sideshow, these fellas are trying to do something behind your back. I left your sister alone, but I'd trust them other white folks.
I'm not white, but okay.
Iki.
What's up?
Hi, Iki.
Hey.
How are
You
you?
know, she's been. I'm doing well. She's been telling her brother all of this as it happens.
On the mental link, you get wordless anger.
Iki will just look over to Jackie and smile real wide and say, yes, I believe you will definitely be the one to explain all of this to him.
Well, okay. But that's neither here nor there. Now we got a name. We get to find somebody called Spectre. That's way more than we had before, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Assuming it's the individual we're looking for. And if it's not, then, well, we have another lead or someone we might be able to use information.
Jackie, because you made your quote unquote spy roll earlier, I'll give you a tidbit here. If Spectre was really a Mossad agent and a member of Mossad security, then that would mean the chances are they had affiliations with the Israeli embassy if they were operating in Dublin, which means if you want information on them, you would probably need to search the embassy's files.
Or hack them or something else.
Yes. My point is the embassy might have information on you. And yes, Brett, I did see your PM. I will respond to it a little bit.
He says, he looks at everybody and goes, now this is the dark end, the deep dark end of the sort of life I used to live. Now, at this point, you haven't really done nothing. Except for your soul. But I've into the Japanese. Yeah. Now I can probably borrow that from Uncle, but he's gonna take it real personal. Don't worry, I got a plan. I always have a plan, and sometimes it works.
By the way, Kim, do you have a single dot in correspondence?
Unfortunately, no.
So you cannot tell where Sideshow is physically.
He's about to be here, though.
I have a feeling he's very close.
Don't stop laughing, Tim.
All I'm saying is, out of characters, this is the one character I made in this game that isn't about the thug life.
Oh, shit, all your characters are thug life, Tim. Get the shit out of here.
No, Meyer is definitely not thug life. She was a ball of anxiety and fucking terror during that. She was she was basing her entire experience on this off of TV and specifically Burn Notice.
Burn Notice wasn't even that good.
Hey, don't speak those words.
I'm assuming you
Sam
like Burn Notice.
Sam acts as a god, and so is Michael Weston. Anyway.
True.
He says, all right, part 2. So there's this embassy. Full of all manner of information. That's what we got hackers for. We know people who do that sort of thing. Right? I mean, unless you just want to unless you want to walk in through the front door, because that's the thing we can do.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea, but also hacking isn't magic, pun intended. they're probably going to have a lot of defense, and hacking into a government facility is going to take. It would take a lot. It would take a lot to set up.
Not really.
Maybe.
Telling you, we can walk right in the front door.
I feel like that's not a good idea.
Well, Icky can't walk through the front door, but the rest of us can.
And who
After some
says I
preparation.
won't be able to walk through the door?
Well, I've involved you enough. I don't want, I mean, when he cuts me in half, I want to make sure it's just in half. With the one cut, I don't want all of my bits scattered.
She looks like she's trying to find a way, to just kind of be like, oh no, he won't do that. But then she realizes he's gonna totally do that. So she's just kind of like, she's got that face of, yep, yeah, no, totally, dude.
Through the mental link, the phrase you get is, "Why didn't you just ask me for these?"
She will reply back, I wanted them to feel like they had accomplished something.
What? Making it so that I owe the Russian mafia a favor, and I'm now attempting to negotiate to offload their shipments of old Soviet crap in my docks.
Well, at least you'll have control of all the old Soviet crap, won't you?
I mean, if you look at it a certain way, he did you a favor. Okay.
She will simply reply back, but they feel like they have accomplished something, and that is the good part.
You get the distinct impression something very valuable was broken.
Oh, not that. I like that.
There's the mental equivalent of heavy breathing.
You need a hug.
God, this is ridiculous.
Sorry, continue.
All right, so look, we can do this official ways, which is, one embassy talks to another embassy, or we can do this the other way where we go in and do all kinds of terrible skullduggery. I just want to know which one y'all are comfortable with. I know how to do skullduggery. I can't hack. I can't decrypt and all that jazz. I ain't a spy like walk in James Bond style. I mean, I can only do one accent, and that's this one. Point being,
I feel like if we just walk in and go into thuggery, I feel like that's terrorism.
not that sort of thuggery. Way it would work is we'd have to cultivate yada yada yada, or we could hire her.
Why don't we just do that? We set up somebody, change someone's face, make them out to be somebody, and we pretend to be a client asking around for them. And when they come, we can either confirm or deny it, and then, well, once it's confirmed, then we go for the capture, and if not, then, well, we can
I
make
do
it
feel we are
so the
going
deal
about.
doesn't go through.
I do feel that we are going about this in the most haphazard, roundabout way possible. Okay, we have a name. Before we didn't. Now we can scry a name, right? With some kind of hoobajoo correspondence magic. Whatchamajigger?
To reach out and feel someone else like that takes you knowing them. Takes a degree of closeness between you two. And that would be spectacularly harder.
Well, we have a name and we have a place where she was.
Maybe we can look for something that can connect us to her more.
No, here's the deal. When their fellas did. But when they found out Siren got attacked or whatever, and whatever he was going on in, did anybody actually investigate the place, try and find hairs, blood, bullets, anything that could be used to track her down? Out of character, I think I wasn't in that scene. Was anybody else in that scene?
I wasn't in that scene. So Meyer had to find out through Jackie.
Kim was.
Kim was doing what?
You were in the scene in Siren's library where you found him in the time bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so y'all, I assume y'all investigated and picked up clues so that you could track her. It just failed, right? That's what happened?
Oh, see, I had to leave early before the scene was finished, so I don't know what went on afterwards, but I know like I said, she just kind of stuck around for a little bit, but then just moseyed off. But like I had to leave before it was finished, so I actually have no idea.
So Evan, did they? That's what happened, right? Jackie doesn't
They
know.
did
He wasn't there.
investigate rules. Kim had one of her spent bullet shell casings.
Had or has?
Has. As in, she picked it up and never said she was putting it down.
Well, Leaky, there's another way we could find her. Killers tend to add travelers.
Okay.
If anybody is any kind of hitter that don't know it, they always got friends or people following them around, spirits and the like, haints that they done killed.
Question: does anyone here have correspondence?
No.
Even one dot of it.
The guy who just left did.
Fred is gone. Okay. Continue.
No. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe she's got a couple hangers on. Maybe they know some. No, maybe they know some. Maybe somebody she has done killed would really like for us to put her down.
I could try, yeah. I'd have to create the ritual to summon a person. It won't be easy considering all I have is, killed by such and such.
Got a bullet?
Indeed, and while that might work for tracking the person, it's a little harder dealing with a wraith, considering they weren't killed by that specific bullet. Nor do we have any idea if they have been killed with that bullet before. Some killers like to change their MOs. But, as I said, I will try.
I mean, I'm not talking out of my ass. Evan, this is a thing that can be done, right?
Yes, this is a thing that can be done.
No, and like she's saying, it can be. It's just gonna take a little bit because she's gonna have to do a ritual and shit.
Who here has spirit?
Spirit one.
Even one dot. We can give her 2 automatic successes for the ritual.
By the way, Jackie, you're being targeted with a magical effect.
I am?
Yes.
Well, what kind of magical effect?
Your character has entropy. Somebody is basically affecting you with a very powerful entropy effect.
Oh, I think I know.
Of the of the negative variety or the positive variety?
The incredibly negative variety.
Hey, I'm taking it. Hey, I'm about to take it real personal that somebody's shooting some kind of hoodoo at me. I will use his counter magic.
It will say.
Stop.
It will say, very well. I can help you stop the spell, but in exchange, I want something.
What?
I want to write. I want to be in command for from the next sunrise to the next sunset.
So I'll be rolling my own counter magic then.
Jackie does have Prime, doesn't he? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jackie's gonna use. Actually, he's going to do. Hopefully, I'm gonna get enough successes to send it right back at him.
Okay, because I'll let you know this was ritually cast.
Oh, so I really can't stop this with a defensive counter magic roll, can I?
I'm not exactly sure how counter magic works. When there's an effect that's triggered, you can roll to stop it, but can you? Okay, how does it work when it comes to countering a ritual?
Well, a ritual is just like any other effect. It's just got way more successes.
Yes. So you cannot just counter a ritual cast unless you can accrue more successes on your single roll than the ritual had in its effect.
Basically.
Okay.
What he can do, however, is weaken the effect coming in.
Yeah, you can weaken the effect.
Yeah, and I also can't use anti-magic because the effect that's coming in is already been cast, so I can't raise the difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So if you'd like to roll your counter magic to reduce the number of successes garnered, I
will spend my one last quintessence to make this happen.
Okay.
Well, wait, I might not even be able to do that. 45. This is racially motivated.
Sorry, I nearly just coughed up a lung there from laughing. I'm okay.
You cough up lungs a lot.
I do that.
Oh God. Yeah. So all I need is correspondence for this, and I have Prime 1, so I roll my sphere. Evan, like I said, page 545. You want to take a look?
Cool, no worries.
It's not gonna work, and I'm gonna get fucked over. Let's see.
Make that sweet, sweet dice roll.
Oh, you just.
What would the Wraith countering stat be? I assume it'd be its pathos.
Oh, it's super cheesy. I'll tell you why it's super cheesy. As he is aware of it, wits plus occult as his dice pool, but it can't exceed his magic stat.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Like that's why I wanted to use his.
Okay, so you roll one success, Jackie.
Yep.
Okay. You will get hit by. You will lower its successes by 1, so you will still get hit by a rather unpleasant whammy. Congratulations,
Yes,
Jackie. You have. Sorry, continue. What?
I have what? What?
Oh, I was saying you have been blighted with terrible luck. At this moment in time, a bus will roll past in front of you guys to a bus stop about 50 feet away, splashing Jackie and only Jackie from head to toe with water. By the way, at this moment in time, Jules' phone will also buzz. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
I'll answer it.
Did you give Jewel back her phone?
No.
Okay. It simply says agreements. It simply says amounts tallied have been paid. The major. In which case, Kim, you will get through the mental link. It's been done in both accounts.
Thank you.
I'm going to pay him back.
Basically, Jackie, the effect you've got on you is very specific. It will not hinder you in any way mechanically. However, every annoying possibility that could really piss you off that has the ability to trigger will trigger. Like you will you will sit down in a restaurant, they will mix up your order, then the food will be cold. As you walk out the door, you'll trip and fall over the doorpost.
So my life is just basically going to suck.
Yes.
Angry specter that lives in me.
Yes.
This is my life.
Hashtag just Jackie things.
So, how about that ritual?
And then Jackie had bird poo on his shoulder.
Look, as
How
someone who
about
has
that,
a lot of bird poo on her shoulder, it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
Jackie just puts his head down and just wipes the poo off and says, "Where should we go for this ritual so we can find this bitch and I can shoot her in the face and maybe not stab my? Oh, that's right, I can't shoot anybody because I can't use guns. That's my life. Yay!"
Where would be best for you to do this ritual, Akira?
Home?
I guess that's where we're going then.
Tap dance on my head, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like maybe you shouldn't go there quite yet.
I go, you know what? I think I'm just gonna sit in the park and have it rain on me and bird shit on me. I think I'll just do that.
Jackie, as you begin to walk away dejectedly, there's chewing gum on your shoe.
This is my life.
Oh, fail.
I will.
I'll let y'all go do that. Y'all go do that. I'm gonna go sit in the park and feed pigeons that attack me. It's gonna be great.
I think you're far more likely to get attacked by a squirrel than a pigeon, but
Thanks for putting that out in the universe, Jewel. Thanks for that.
All because of the squirrels. No, not really.
Go roll dice. I'm muting. I'm just gonna go be hateful in the corner.
We make Kim roll dice. Let me get to a safe spot.
I'm gonna actually call the scene here, guys, mostly because when you actually go hunting this girl, trust me when I say you're gonna want more people.
Damn, alright, it's like that.
So I will do the whole thank you players for playing, thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Oh, by the way, Jackie, when you get to the park to sit on the bench breaks underneath you and you land in a puddle. Thank you for playing.